Hello, I'm Gong Jianwei. Today I would like to talk about the title is the impact of inflation on GDP growth in Philippines. Our group member have Kevin Dong Jin Ken, Ngu Un Jing, Gong Jianwei, Lau Bisian, and Nelson Ting Pan Si.
Introduction: The relationship between inflation and GDP growth is crucial for understanding the economic dynamics of the Philippines. The Philippines, as a rising market, faces unique challenges influenced by both internal and external factors. Historical experience such as 1997 years Asian financial crisis highlight the complex interplay between inflation, currency devaluation, and GDP growth. Policymakers in the Philippines use fiscal and monetary policies to manage inflation and support sustainable GDP growth. Global economic conditions, trade openness, and sectoral differences significantly influence the inflation growth dynamic.
For the problem statement parts, first problem statement is economic instability. Economic growth in the Philippines has been significantly affected by fluctuating inflation and cost increase. And moderate price increase can promote growth, but extreme inflation harms purchasing power and discoverage. And the second problem is post-pandemic challenge. 2022 recovery economic growth rebounded to 7.6%, but inflation remained high, and concern about sustainability grow while managing inflationary pressures. For the problem statement problems, historical trends and issues between 2000 and 2007, the Philippines experienced steady GDP growth 4 to 6%, fueled by remittances, the expansion of BDO and digital service, and strong local consumption, with inflation remaining stable at 1 to 4%. However, the 2008 global financial crisis caused a 1.1% GDP decline, even with low inflation rate. From 2010 to 2019, the economy grew strongly at 5 to 7%, but periodic inflation speaker are current due to supply chain challenge. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic triggered a historic economic contraction of negative 10.3% with inflation volatility caused by disruption in tourism, manufacturing, and global. Thank. Okay, now is an objective part. First is analysis the impact of inflation on GDP growth in the Philippines, and second is examine the impact of unemployment on GDP growth in the Philippines, and the third is examine the relationship between population and GDP growth in the Philippines.
So for the part literature review general overview about the relationship between inflation and GDP growth values across the country and the time period. The meta news is the macroeconometric structural model, automatic leading indicator and the time varying parameter model. We find that are lead method effective for the short term forecasting but structure with mixed data frequency and indicator selection. Time varying parameter model adapt better to structural change. So the key finding in Malaysian research for Jonathan and Daniel Smith in 2021 showed two effects in short-term inflation index growth during the 2000 and 2015 crisis. In long-term, moderate inflation can stimulate investment and consumption. No significant bidirection causally between inflation and GDP growth. In research 2021 by Iping and global macroeconomic variables like gross capital formation and financial debt influence GDP growth. In the regional insight, in research 2009, moderate inflation positively correlate with GDP growth in South Asia, for example in the Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan, and also as excessive inflation caused the macroeconomic instability. In global insight, in research 2023, lower inflation target in South Africa promote the economic development with limited inflation risk. Also in research 2004, adaptive policy framework are crucial for managing inflation in a vast economy. In Philippine case study in 2022, inflation positively influenced the GDP growth, employment and policy, eh, employment and population negatively affect growth, and the finding confirmed by unit root test and Johansson's co-integration test. Reported economic variable in Singapore show the population growth drive the GDP growth, and in Ethiopia, the population and export positively impact GDP and the trade opponents negatively affect the growth. For the policy implication, inflation must be managed within optimal level to support growth. Investment in infrastructure and financial system mitigate adverse effect of economic volatility. The sophisticated model like TAR Ali help to predict and manage the inflationary pressure. Adaptive policy are essential for long-term sustainable growth. For the Philippine inflation growth dynamic, complex relationship with immediate difficulty and long-term opportunity. Managed properly, moderate inflation can serve as a catalyst for growth. Effective policy must balance inflation management and unemployment reduction. So conclusion, insight emphasize the importance of adaptive policy and economic model in promoting sustainable growth in Malaysia, the Philippines, and also the similarly economies.
This study adopts a correlational quantitative analysis method to examine the impact of inflation, number of unemployment, and population on GDP growth in the Philippines from 2000 to 2023. For this study, we used the data from World Bank for the years 2000 to 2023. The study is grounded in Keynesian economics, which is focused on the law of unemployment, inflation, and population in shaping economic performance. This is the regression model. GDP is GDP growth, INF is inflation, UN is unemployment, and the PG is population. Now let me explain the diagnosis tests applied to our data. The first is automated Dickey Fuller ADF test, used to check whether each variable is stationary or exhibit a unit loop. The null hypothesis is the variable has a unit loop. If the t-statistic exceeds the critical value, we reject the null hypothesis, indicating the variable is stationary. Next is Phillips pair PP test. This semi-parametric test is similar to ADF but corrects for serial correlation. The null hypothesis is the variable has a unit loop which is non-stationary. Next is co-integration test. We employ the Johansson co-integration test to assess the long-term relationships among the variables. The test involves two approaches, which is the trace test and the eigenvalue test. If the trace statistic exceeds the critical value, we reject the null hypothesis, suggesting the variables are co-integrate. And the last is vector error correction model (VECM), used to examine the short-run dynamics and long-run equilibrium linkage after co-integration relationships between the variables have been determined using the Johansson co-integration test.
Now I will present the part of the result. The first one is level and first difference at augmented Dicker further ADF test. At the level, inflation LINF intercept equal to negative 3.0817, significant at 5% level. The threat and intercept equal to negative 2.998, not significant. For the population LP, the intercept equal to negative 1.21, not significant. The threat intercept equal to 0.546, not significant. For the unemployment LUN, The intercept equal to 0.350, not significant. For the threat and intercept, negative equal to negative 3.34, significant at 5% level. At the first difference, the inflation LINF, the intercept equal to negative 5.786, significant at 5% level. For the threat and intercept equal to 4.993, significant at 5% level. For the population, the LP, the intercept equal to 0.011, not significant. The threat and intercept equal to negative 1.1558, not significant. For the unemployment is LUN, the intercept equal to negative 5.025, significant at 5% level. For the threat and intercept equal to negative 4.82, significant at 5% level. For the second one is the level and first difference at the Philippine period test. At level, the inflation LRNF, the intercept equal to negative 3.044, significant at 5% level. For the threat and intercept equal to negative 2.96, not significant. For the population, LP, the intercept equal to negative 4.78, significant at 5%. The threat and intercept equal to 2.19, not significant. For the unemployment LUN, the intercept equal to 0.445, not significant. For the threat and intercept equal to negative 2.404, not significant. For the part at first difference, the inflation LINF intercept equal to negative 9.2508, not significant. For the threat and intercept equal to 11.8223, significant at 5% level. For the population LP, the intercept equal to negative 0.1511, not significant. For the threat and intercept equal to negative 1.3472, also not significant. For the unemployment LUN, the intercept equal to negative 5.3564, significant at 5% level. For the threat and intercept equal to negative 6.3183, significant at 5% level. For the third one is the Johansson-Jesuliu co-integration test. For the maximum equivalue, R equal to 0, maximum equivalue statistic equal to 33.94, critical value equal to 27.58 is significant. For R lower than or equal 1, maximum equivalue statistic equal to 22.52, and the critical value equal to 21.13, significant. For R lower than or equal to, maximum equivalue statistic equal to 14.75, critical value equal to 14.36, significant. For R lower than or equal to 3, maximum equivalue statistic equal to 1.1244, critical value equal to 3.84, not significant. For the threat, the R equal to 0, the threat statistic equal to 72.357, critical value equal to 47.85, significant. For R lower than or equal 1, threat statistic equal to 38.40, critical value equal to 29.79, significant. For R lower than or equal to 2, threat statistic equal to 15.88, critical value equal to 15.49, significant. For R lower than or equal to 3, threat statistic equal to 1.1244, critical value equal to 3.84, not significant. This means has a long-term equilibrium relationship among the value GDP growth, inflation, population, and unemployment rate. For the fourth one is normative co-integration ratio test result. For the interpretation of coefficient, inflation LINF coefficient equal to negative 0.058. The T statistic is negative 4.59, significant at the 5% level. The impact 1% increase in inflation reduced GDP growth by 0.0058%, showing a negative relationship. For the population, LP coefficient equal to 2.38217, T statistic equal to 22.72, significant at the 5% level. For the impact, 1% increase in population, both GDP grow by 2.38%, indication a strong positive relationship. For the unemployment, LUN, coefficient equal to 0.14013, T statistic equal to 2.61193, significant at the 5% level. The impact, 1% increase in employment contributed 0.14% to GDP growth, suggesting a minor positive relationship in the long term. For the co-integration equation, LGDP equal to 20.44806 minus 0.058273 LINF plus 2.38217 LP plus 0.14013 LUN.
Result of Granger Causality Analysis (BACM). The objective of Granger Causality Analysis is examining short-run and long-run relationship between LGDP, LNF, LP, and LUM. The key result of LGDP is influenced by LNF, p-value equal to 0.0008, and LP p-value equal to 0.0627. INF driven by LGDP p-value is equal to 0.0934 and LP p-value is equal to 0.0013. LP affected by LUM. The p-value of LUM is 0.0950, not LGDP or INF. LUM influenced by LGDP and INF adjust towards equilibrium negative ECT. The implication is inflation IMF and population LP are critical for GDP growth. Unemployment LUM impacts population and overall dynamics. Policy recommendation manage inflation and population policies to drive GDP. Address unemployment for sustainable economic growth. The result of cosine and cosine of square test. The objective is the cosine test checks for the stability of the coefficients in the model over time. Cosine of square test evaluates whether there are significant structural changes in the balance of the model. Interpretation of the graphs. In both graphs, the blue line represents the cumulative sum cosine or cosine of square, and the dashed orange line indicates the 5% significant boundaries. Cosine test. The line remains within the boundaries, indicating no significant structural instability in the model coefficients. Cosine of square test. The line also stays within the bounds, conferring the absence of significant change in the model's balance structure. Conclusion: the model passed both stability tests, confirming that the coefficients and balance are stable over time.
Okay, now is on conclusion part. The interplay between GDP growth and inflation in the Philippines highlight the critical role of strategy policymaking in achievement economic stability and sustainable development. By maintaining a balanced macroeconomic environment, controlling inflation and fostering growth, the Philippines has demonstrated resilience in the face of domestic and global challenges. Continue of effort in monitoring and adapting policy, coupled with investment in infrastructure, education, and productivity, will ensure long-term economic prosperity and a better standard of living of its citizens. For the recommendation part, first is strengthening monetary policy. Hence, the Bangkok Central and Philippines' ability to manage inflation through effective interest rate adjustment and exchange rate stabilizations. And second is diversity in the economy. Reduce reliance on external trade by promoting domestic industry, agriculture, modernization, and innovation in the industrial and service sector. And the third is invest in infrastructure and education, support long-term growth through improve the physical infrastructure, technology, and skill development for a competitive workspace workforce. Okay, that's all for us. Thank you.